Uh, Thank you very much. My name is Haya Dennis. I am a law student at the University of Nairobi. I'm the chairperson for the Kenya Students with Disability Association. Today, allow me, by all conducts available, to speak on the illegality of government operations. Having struggled all the way and studied so hard to understand the law, I've still seen there's a lot of gap and a huge loophole in the government operations. Now, for example, if I talk of privatization of Parastatals, the law of law business association and company law, it talks of types of company. There's private and there's public, and there's what we call privatization of public institutions. It gives very good circumstances, and these circumstances, when looking at them, they are not anywhere closer to what the government is doing. The parastatals first must be under what we call public consultation. In the law of administrative law, doctrine of public participation, which states that if in case there is any administrative action or a decision making, then the people who are directly or indirectly mostly affected by that decision must be fully involved. Mama Mboga, who is the Wanjiku in the street, doesn't know that KICC is being sold. Now, tomorrow, if they want to access KICC and they find huge armed security who are foreigners there, who does not even understand their language, they will start yelling. Yet, this thing was sold without their knowledge. So, meaning this is beating the logic of what we call sovereignty of the people. Sovereignty of the people says that the sovereign power belongs to the people. In an event that the sovereign power escapes the people, then the people stop donating what we call their fundamental rights to the government. Right. In the law of social foundation, during the memorial time, when the population was increasing, then the people decided to form a government, and they decided to donate power to that government. These powers were divided into three: legislature, executive, and judiciary. So then the government holds this power into trust of the people. In an event that this trust is escaping the people who the government are holding this power in trust of them, then we are in a lawlessness society. We are in an uncivilized society. We are in a no-government society. Then they should tell us now that the powers you donated has escaped you. Now we can resume them back. Let me tell the government now that as the youth, we can function both three powers when given opportunity. And we can start immediately. We can be the legislatures because we know how to represent our people. We can be the judiciary because we know the law. We can be the executive because we know what is called governance. So before they think of anything else, let them not privatize any memorial buildings like KICC here. I know people who today are in the government, in their old days, when they were studying here in the university, they were taking a lot of pictures at the KICC building. Did they consult our forefathers whose statues are still right there? Or are they going to replace those statues now? To bring any statue of Deacon or Mark Angel or who else? Our forefathers' statues must be respected. And Mzee Jomo Kenyatta's statue is still right there. Or if there are specialists who consult the dead among the government. If there is, then they have to tell us at what time do they consult them. Because I consulted Mzee yesterday. He has not allowed that practice to continue. And therefore, by a simple term, we are refusing that. We retaliate that there is no privatization under our watch. We struggle to go to school to understand these things. So let the government not believe that the people of Kenya are too foolish. I did not vote for government, neither would I have preempted that any reasonable person who has voted for that particular government. But now, because of a society that's democratic, people had to vote. But we know that it did not win the government, but the Supreme Court gave them the power. We respected, we did not agree. So therefore, listen to us when we speak. Thank you very much.
To constitutionalism and the culture of constitutionalism. Someone once said that a constitution was constitutionally constituted to constitute a constituent of constitutionalism.
Absolutely.
It is rule of law, pedal 1, rule of law, pedal 2, rule of law, pedal 3. These are simple terms that this Kenya Kwanzamanians do not understand.
Absolutely.
Some of these MPs are just picked from Mera farms and they are brought to Nairobi. That's why they are easily accepting the sale of KICC. They do not recognize the importance. Some of them failed terribly in history. A society that do not recognize where it came from will not preempt where it's headed to. So let us respect history. Let us respect the rule of law. Let us, the citizens, play their roles. Kenyans have been paying taxes peacefully, respectfully.
Absolutely.
Kenyans have been reporting cases of lawlessness for the security apparatus to act. Kenyans have been waking up and very early to go and vote, queue and vote. Then the government must be on its toes to deliver to the people of Kenya. The concept is very clear.
Yes.
You are operating on a donated power.
Yes.
Something donated can be recalled. The circumstances may justify, but we don't want to degenerate to that point. What I'm telling the president, Boro, I know you've traveled. The president actually have traveled a lot. Anaingia Kenya tu kubadilisha nguo akienda. Juzi King alikuja Kenya, ameshasindikiza King pale, anamfuata kuangalia kama alifika salama. Anaenda na ushuru yetu. Tunataka rais atulie. Sisi hatukuchagua ukue mtalii. Tulikuchagua ukue rais, kaa kwa ofisi, kunywa chai tunalipa. Si tunalipa ushuru.
Vizuri sana.
Chai iko. Hata ile Mursik anapenda iko. Sasa yeye akae tu achape kazi. Watu kama Moses Kuria akuwa kidili nayo. Rais akisafiri hivi, ndio maana kina Moses Kuria wanaongea ujinga na wako kwa serikali na tunawalipia. Hapana. Tukue na rais ambaye accountable kwa wananchi wa Kenya. Ile upendo alionyeshwa wakati wa uchaguzi. Nataka awe na uhuru wa kutembea na kutafuta wananchi kwa wakati huu na kuweza kukumbatana na ule upendo alionyeshwa. Je, Wakenya bado wanampenda jinsi walivyompenda? Hilo ni swali linalolingana na sababu zake. Wananchi ndio wanazaamua iwapo wanampenda au hawampendi. Lakini tunasema enough is enough. Especially when they are going to provoke us most is when they are going to implement the NADCO committee report. I had given my opinion that this committee, the constitution erred ab initio, because they convened with people who do not understand what is happening. You want to create an office for the one Honorable Musalia Mudavadi. This is a billionaire who has been in government since he was a youth. You want to create a position office for Baba. Baba can function better out of office. You want to give him 2 deputies. China, USA, and even UK do not pay their MPs as we pay here in Kenya. They do not enjoy the overrepresentation we have in Kenya. The bloated executive and parliament should be our focus, to chop it to a smaller piece so that we have a reasonable representation with a reasonable tax input, so that the output also meets the citizens' expectations. Otherwise, thank you for today, and we wish William Ruto is a listener.
Thank you.
Apende akisikiza asikize, kama hataki pia aache. Atakutana na Wakenya.